And welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about this recent crash with Bitcoin decoupling from the stock market. Is it true, or is going to be another crash pending for BTC and then we're going to go higher, or are we going to go higher from here? I'm going to talk about altcoins. I'm going to talk about this current stock market crash and when we should be seeing a nice recovery. Of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, grab a glass of wine, a beer, a Coke Zero. Is going to be an amazing video, all supported by data and no bullshit analysis. Remember as well, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take everything I'm saying here as the holy grail. Always do your own research. Guys, I don't even know what to say about this chart here. 6% in one day on Friday for the stock market, completely go destroyed, but at the same time, which is actually quite interesting, Bitcoin didn't even move. And the question everybody's asking right now, is this the decoupling everybody's waiting for, that Bitcoin goes up like crazy as a risk of asset, or is just lagging right now? I'm going to show you in a second what I think about this. But what I really would like you to remember is that right now, guys, is a trader's market, which means that basically the market is just going up and down, left and right, and is very choppy. So I guess you have got two options over here: to buy and hold, wait for BTC to go down 30-40% more, and then pray the Lord that it's going to go higher. Or what you can do as well, you can come and join a community of professional traders like our VIP group, where we have a proven track record of success. That we don't care about what's happening right now with the market. There are people like, for example, like Claudia here, pulling 127%. But look at the results from our VIP member, guys. We know exactly when to buy, when to get in, when to get out, spot trading, futures trading. We have lots about education. We are a great group of professional traders. And if you really want to succeed in this, guys, if you want to succeed into this game, you need to join us. There is a link in the description, little trailer here, and as well as our trading results. But now let's go back into BTC. And by the way, also, if you want to get an amazing promotion with my favorite exchange, my partner exchange, which I use all the time, guys, Bluefin is launching a crazy promotion right now. So if you're trading until I think the 16th of April, deposit $20,000, you're gonna get $10,000 in futures bonus if you have a volume of 35 million. So, guys, join us with Bluefin. $10,000, guys, of bonus that once you come to the VIP group, we can basically help you to multiply them. Anyway, now let's talk about BTC. Let's see what's happening right now. Stock market completely destroyed, obliterated. S&P 500 just go 6% in one day. So, I'm, to be honest, I'm quite happy about when I hear about people saying, oh, just put the money into the S&P 500. It always goes up. Yeah, 10%, 20% in, like, basically people who bought 1 year ago lost all the money. And BTC pretty much is not doing anything. Now, what you need to understand right now with Bitcoin, it's very, very simple. And I'm going to tell you exactly my strategy, what I'm doing right now in order to accumulate. At the moment, guys, I'm around 57% in stable coins. And that's what I'm doing right now. If Bitcoin is going to go higher from here, okay, we're going to go and try to go up like this. I'm probably going to sell around 125 to 130,000. Let's see. I'm going to get out from the game. However, look at the structure from here. You can see that we have our Fibonacci levels, our Fibonacci support very well defined, with the golden pocket sitting right now at $50,000. Now, is Bitcoin going to go to 50K? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not a magician, right? Unlike so many other trading gurus who claim to be magicians, that they know exactly where the price goes. I don't know. But at the same time, what I believe is that, first of all, the S&P 500 right now could be going down maybe on Monday a little bit. But BTC is also entering a very important level of supply, or demand from here. Okay, so it could be in between $75 to $70,000. What I believe is going to be happening in general, markets always move into waves. Okay, so you see into like zigzag. You can see, for example, the price from here doing, let's say, going down to here into this area of demand, and there is lots, like, if you look at on chain, there is lots of how do I say, lots of orders around this area, around 70K. In general, what happens is two things. Number one, it could be that we're going to go down to here, then have a huge rebound, go back into this area of supply. Again, looking at the data, lots of selling orders around here, and then have another drop down to here. And then we should be going higher. In general, this happens because the market cannot go down like in a straight line. In general, you want to see like liquidity grabbing from one area. The market makers, what they do, they go and push the price higher to grab all the liquidity and then push it down again. Why do I know all of this? Because first of all, I did some training with market makers. I know lots of market makers, and that's the game they play. They work on spreads, but at the same time, they go and catch liquidity on breakouts and breakdowns. So right now, that could be the case. So what I could be seeing right now with Bitcoin from like a midterm point of view is that is Bitcoin decoupling right now? Is it going to go higher from here and then it's going to go to the stratosphere? Well, it could be happening from here. Okay, so it could be a decoupling, but at the same time, I'm not so sure. First of all, what I need to understand is that I need to understand if if the S&P 500, the stock market, is going to have a big rebound from here. So if I can see the stock market on Monday to go and start to do something like that and then to recover, then I would say potentially we could be seeing Bitcoin to go higher from this point up to 94K. But I'm still very cautious right now that what we could be seeing could be that Bitcoin is lagging against the stock market, and you're going to see another push to the downside around maybe 70 to 75K, and then finally a big pump up to 95K, which this one could be what we call a complacency rally, which means that if you have a look at the psychology of market cycles, complacency is like you see the peak, then you see a drop, then you see the complacency. People say, oh, yeah, now it's going to go back up again. And then what could be happening? It could be fear, anxiety, whatever. And then it can go up like that. So remember, we need to see an insane amount of strength if we want to go and surpass this level. That's going to be tough. 96,000 is going to be very tough. But if he's able to, then if we break this point, I can see like all-time high and even probably higher around 120K. Now we can also have a look a little bit more, I would say, intraday, so then you can get ready for tomorrow. You can get ready to dominate the markets, so you know exactly what's happening right now. So what I'm thinking at the moment is that BTC in general, especially during this kind of like situation where you see the market collapsing, the market crashing, is that usually what they do, they're very smart market makers. They go and they usually do like a scam pump, okay, the whales. So I'm probably thinking that by tonight, so Sunday night, they should be doing like a scam pump, maybe up to between 86,000 to like 87,000. Okay, so probably around this area. Scam everybody thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna go for a breakout. And then what they might do, they might probably go down like that, pushing the price now to 79,000. And then and then from here, I guess we had to wait and see. So for me, if I was actually about to go long or short, at the moment more like intraday, I will be looking at these two levels here. Because at these two levels, what I could be expecting could be a rejection from this area and maybe up to here, or from 79,000, I could be expecting a pump up to maybe 83 and then down to here. So if I am basically thinking about like as a trader point of view, that's what I will do. But if I think about more like as a spot investor, I'm going to show you again. So that's what I'm looking for. So if you're going to go down in between 70,000, 70, basically retesting this area of demand, then I'm gonna go and accumulate big. Like really, I'm gonna go, because this could be easily something like that. This, and then this. Okay, so as I always told you, and I cannot stress this enough. People keep asking me, "Are we gonna go high? Are we gonna go high?" I told them, "That's it. That's the only thing that you need to know. That's it. Once you see a bloody yellow candle coming up here and closing there, okay, so yellow closing like that, then I can see this. If I don't see yellow candle coming, probably I'm going to put it a little bit higher here. If I don't see yellow candle here, breaking this line of resistance now, we're going to keep doing this. Okay? Until Bitcoin is going to go to zero. No, it's not going to go to zero, but until Bitcoin is going to break the point. Simple as that. Okay? I don't want to try to make things hard to understand. That's what I can see right now. Okay, so Bitcoin done. Now let's talk about our season. Our season as well. Sorry, one more thing about Bitcoin as well. Crypto total market cap again. Um, Desperation, panic, everybody going crazy. And then I see this. I see like a perfect, retest of crypto total. Again, is it going to break down to here like that? We're going to go more down and then have a pump from this area, or is this only a retest and then we're going to go high? Nobody knows, guys. Nobody knows. But what we know, which is actually very important, is that we are now retesting this area. Okay, so we had a breakout from here. We are retesting right now, and what could be happening from here? Could be this. Nobody can deny that. Like it's pure technical analysis. So I don't really understand when everybody's talking about a recession now, depression. It's going to be the end of the world because the tariffs, because all the rubbish. Or as I said before, we could be maybe seeing like a complacency rally similar to Bitcoin and then down again. But again, it's very, when you get to this point here in general, we should be seeing like a short term sharp rebound. Now let's still go and talk about a little bit altcoins. So altcoin season, altcoins, Bitcoin market cap, the situation, the dominance situation didn't change at all. We're basically on the way to go to this area around the 68 to 69%. You can see the multiple bearish divergences in place. You can see this point here connected to this point here. So I would say that probably we're going to go up to here. Potentially, we're going to go up to this area around probably end of May, something like that. And then from here we should be going down. So once we're going to go down, I believe altcoins, I'm going to really go higher. I'm going to explode. I'm going to go way, way higher. The point, of course, we need to understand is going to be, is like dominance is going to go down on Bitcoin down to here at 53 to 54%, or is it going to go lower? Let's say, for example, down to 48 to 47, or even down to here. So that's basically going to be our question mark. What I'm doing personally, again, to tell you my strategy, once you're going to go down to here, I need to assess where we are. Have we done like a 5x, 6x, 7x with altcoins? Is the situation still very unclear? Well, in the situation, probably I would say I might sell maybe 80% of my portfolio. Are we here and then altcoins have done like a 30% pump? Maybe I'm going to be waiting a little bit if I see good news from the market and so on. That's why, guys, I'm saying come here because we discuss everything here about in the VIP, what to do, what not to do. Very, very important. So Bitcoin dominance on the way to go up to here. Question that is very important: is it going to go and touch this dominance based on a crash to 70k or on a pump to like 130k? Nobody can tell you that. It's impossible to know. But what I know is that basically 130 I'm going to sell, 70k I'm going to accumulate altcoins like there is no tomorrow. Now let's have a look as well. Very important. Total free. One of my favorite charts. Total free. Here we are. So basically, the reason why I just drew like this chart here. You can see the chart coming from 2017, 2021, and now is going like in the convergence here with our Fibonacci extension of 1.73 trillion is because Bitcoin exactly did that. So if you actually have a look at the chart of Bitcoin compared to this one, they look very, very similar. So the question is, if Bitcoin dominance is going to go down, okay, if it's going to go down, which means that altcoin should be able to perform BTC. Doesn't mean that we should be seeing a big pump of alts coming like that. Absolutely, that's what it should be happening. Is going to go to 1.7 trillions? Well, I think is a very reasonable target. People, now they're laughing, thinking, "Oh, our season is over" and all of that. But look, even in this, like you can see that we had a peak on the RSI around 96, 92, 87 here, but then where is the next touch? Because remember, I mean, there is a bearish divergence here, right? There's a divergence, 100%. But at the same time, what I will be thinking is that if actually we are following the previous cycles, you see there is a peak in 96, there is a peak in 94, and then it should be a peak like, around here with a proper touch. And if this happens, I mean, I could be expecting this to happen. Again, it's no It's not rocket science. People telling me, oh, but it's impossible. It's going to go that high. I mean, look at what happened with altcoins when we were, down to this area around here. That was the level around 51 RSI, and we just pump like that. So if I'm gonna go and connect these points here to this point here, bring me exactly that point. So to all the haters, guys, don't come and tell me, oh, it's it's impossible. It's definitely possible. If you tell me, oh yeah, it's gonna go to $4 trillion, then I don't know. That's probably, I know that's insane. But for what I'm doing right now, that I think what is gonna be the most, I would say, reliable scenario is gonna be this one. And again, what I'm gonna do as my exit strategy when I'm gonna sell and all the altcoins, it's basically when I see if you're gonna go up to here, I'm gonna get out. And if Bitcoin dominance is like a 40% and altcoins are here, I'm gonna get out. So everything has to be put like together using different indicators. Now, what I also want to show you short term in terms of like how low altcoins could go. Total Free usually explain things in a very good way. You can see that we have a 200 week moving average approaching, very important. You have a 0.618 Fibonacci as well retracement coming to this area. There is also, as I showed you before, about that retest on the crypto total market cap. You can see this point of convergence, like a retest of this area. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin is going to go down, let's say, to 70K, 75K. We should be seeing maybe something like that, maybe a push to the downside. Okay, so a drop, sorry, to the downside around 630, 640 billions. Then, as I explained before, and I'm gonna really keep repeating myself until I'm gonna lose all of my voice, is that guys, that's it. That's it. Look at the how easy to understand that. You can see that we have this line here of resistance, and if we're not gonna be able to break it, I'm sorry, we're not gonna go anywhere. Simple as that. So even here, if you're gonna be able to break it, okay, I'm gonna go and show you like on an inverse Fibonacci. If you're gonna be able to break that, look what happened in this case here with altcoins. So you can see, for example, we're gonna go down to 640 billions, right? So then what you can do, you can apply a Fibonacci, and Fibonacci on the golden pocket, if total free is going to go down to this area. So if it's going to go down and do this, okay, like I was explaining before, and then we break to the upside, the golden pocket, right, is going to be a 944 billion, which is actually where we had our first breakdown. You remember that? That's how you have to work, guys, in trading. It's not about sort of thinking, oh, what could be happening here and there because of the the whales buying all the. It's simplicity into reading the charts, and basically that's it. It's gonna go here. What is it gonna be happening? It's gonna get a rejection and then up again, or it's gonna continue from here. Nobody knows and nobody can tell you. But what I know is that if you're gonna be able to break here, then I could be seeing us to pump around $944 billion. And of course, altcoins are going to do very well. Now, this week, guys, very important this week, we're going to have the CPI. CPI is going to dictate whether this catalyst, this rebound is going to come. So the thing is, we need to understand how the market is going to wake up on Monday, because I mean we had a very bad stock market correction, flash crash. I don't know how you want to call it. With the S&P 500, and we need to see on Monday or Tuesday if this is going to continue to go down. Because if that is the case, then I would be very careful with crypto, Bitcoin. We could be seeing like price to go down, and maybe have a drop even down to here around 4,800, 5,000. That could definitely be possible. Now, the reason why I could be expecting by the end of the week a massive pump to the upside, like a some people call it like a bear market rally, sharp rally, V-shaped recovery. I don't know how you want to call it. But it's because of this. Look at what's happening right now. I think I showed you in the previous video that whenever we were going down to this RSI around 44, 43 on the monthly chart, we always had a big recovery going to the upside. So is this time going to be different? I don't know. Maybe it's going to be like 2001 or 2008 where we completely collapse. But at the same time, I believe that the CPI, so the measurement of inflation with the Federal Reserve, is going to come lower than expectation. They're expecting around CPI 2 points forecast, 2.5. However, 2.5, I mean, if you have a look at trueflation, which is the real measurement of inflation, not this CPI rubbish, which is basically is a lagging indicator. This one, guys, is the real measurement, 1.22. Now, I got a theory that's a theory. This is facts. Theory. That's, I mean, trueflation showing 1.22%. In general, trueflation tend to lag by 6 weeks. So if you see what happened here in February, okay, even like, in January a little bit, let's say February is more important, right? February, we drop like from, 2.7 to like, I don't know, 2.3, 2. So in general, this is actually quite accurate, right? So I believe that once we're going to see the CPI is going to come lower than expectation, basically making the Fed more eager to lower interest rates. And what it means that if CPI is going to come lower, the Fed should be cutting interest rates. So if we can talk about a catalyst for a potential movement of BTC and also altcoins from where we are right now, like, around this area to finally, like, say 94 to 95K, should be in relation to a lower CPI coming on Friday, because basically the market is going to price in a Fed rate cut in May, because, of course, inflation is coming down. Another reason why I'm, very bullish, of course, is the fact that probably Donald Trump is going to negotiate tariffs. Another one, guys, which is basically making me believe that the Fed is going to cut interest rates soon, is the US. Then why, as I show you so many times, is completely collapsing. Please let me know in the comments how many times I saw that I said that this, was forming a head and shoulder. I think we were probably up to here, completely collapsed. So if this happens, look what happened here in September, October. The Fed decided to cut interest rates. So I don't think it's going to be any different right now. I reckon that in May we should be having a rate cut, and the market should really react very, very well. As well, guys, at the DXY dollar currency index, whenever this one goes down, crypto goes up. Right now, 102. Target is going to be around 96 to 97, around probably October, November 2025. Why is going to be important for me? Because basically what I'm expecting is that if you're going to go down to this point here with the DXY, then I would be extra cautious to see what's going to be happening with the economy. So, for example, if I see Bitcoin going to 130K and the DXY being at 96, 97 at this huge support, I think I'm going to be out of the game. But again, it's, guys, that's where we discuss things in the VIP. But again, DXY, I mean, looks so nice right now here. You can see that we're just, going down. It is continues like that. The Fed, of course, have no other choice than cut interest rates. Another reason why could be seeing like a rally. Gold is probably, I would say, is reaching its peak right now. Maybe it could be doing like a little sweep on Monday, but probably going to see more correction down to maybe 2,850. And if that's the case, you should be very bullish for BTC and crypto, because basically the money, we're going to see some money rotation from gold into Bitcoin. And the last one I'm discussing right now, S&P 500, very big support around 4,800. So I guess if we're gonna see a Black Monday, and Bitcoin going to 70K, then I could be expecting S&P to go down to maybe 4,800, even as low as 4,000, maybe 500 as well. If that's the case, that's gonna be such a good buying opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to buy some cheap stocks and crypto and all of that. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. I really hope things makes things are clear for you. They things make sense. Again, as I said before, I'm not a financial advisor. I could be completely wrong all about this. We could be in a, I don't know, financial crisis 3.0, and NCP is going to go to $100 and Bitcoin to $1. But to be honest, I don't care. That's what I can see in the data, and I'm gonna maintain my bullish case until I see otherwise. But otherwise, guys, I really wish you a great rest of your weekend, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow for another video. Don't forget to subscribe, please.